Welcome to another Splatoon 2 video on the channel. This will be another news roundup video. I do have a couple of quick Octo expansion news topics to get through before I do get into the main video. So let's just start off with those Octo expansion topics, and the first one is that Nintendo have released more Octo expansion gameplay on their Japanese Splatoon Twitter account, which I have uploaded that gameplay onto the channel. I will leave a link to the gameplay in the description and in the top right as well. Make sure you are checking out the gameplay. This gameplay definitely has got me hyped for E3 next week. I think we will be seeing more Octo expansion stuff next week, so it might get a little bit quiet in terms of Octo expansion news this week. Early on, I do believe it was on Saturday, I did upload my Octo expansion E3 2018 predictions, so make sure you are checking out that video. I will leave a link to that video in the top right and in the description as well. So new Octoling hairstyles were revealed last week by Nintendo, and I just want to clarify something that I didn't mention in the video that I did make last week covering this piece of news, and that is you will be able to use the new hairstyles in the Octo expansion as well as the multiplayer. I just thought I would quickly mention that in this video, just because I don't think I did in the video that I did make last week. Now that I've got those two things quickly out of the way, let's move on to the main news of this video. So next week the Splatoon 2 World Championship will be happening, and at the Splatoon 2 World Championship, attendees will be able to buy Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirts. That is what I think Nintendo did announce. I could be wrong on that. Maybe they could be announcing that you will be able to get the Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt in the game whilst you are attending the Splatoon 2 World Championship. Or maybe it will be you actually being able to buy a Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt at the World Championship itself. I'm not sure what that announcement is, but pretty much for the rest of us that aren't attending the World Championship next week, we will be able to get a Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt in the game itself, and you will be able to claim a Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt from the newsfeed from the evening of the 7th of June, which is on Thursday. I'm guessing that is for the West Coast of America. That will also be for the East Coast of America as well. That will probably be Friday morning for people living in the UK and Europe. But we will be able to get a Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt. And yeah, we will be able to get that from the newsfeed and not from the in-game shops. So you have to claim that World Championship t-shirt from the newsfeed. I will probably make a video later on this week showing how to claim that World Championship t-shirt. But yeah, there will be a Splatoon 2 World Championship t-shirt coming to celebrate the fact that the World Champs will be happening next week at E3. It isn't really a surprise announcement, just because we knew it was coming, just because someone did discover that World Championship t-shirt in the files of the game. And that leads nicely into the next piece of news, and that is when Splatoon 2 did launch in July last year, we had an update, and someone did data mine that update and found that there was a hidden ranked mode in the files of that update called Rocket. Now I thought Clan Blitz was that Rocket game mode that people did discover last year, but Oatmeal Dome on YouTube, he has loaded up the Rocket game mode into the game, and pretty much what this game mode is that a rocket will spawn in the middle of the stage, and your job is to shoot the rocket at its vulnerable point, and whatever team shoots the rocket at its vulnerable point, the rocket will launch into the air towards the enemy spawn. When this happens, a nozzle from the rocket will drop on the floor, which can be used to attack the rocket. So the goal of the Rocket game mode is to continue to damage the rocket, as this will bring it closer to the enemy spawn. The game will end when you do hit the score of 20. I will leave a link to gameplay of this mode in the description for you to check out. Now, it will be interesting to see whether this game mode will ever see the light of day. I don't think we will ever see this game mode, just because this game mode has been in the files for a long time. If Nintendo wanted to release this game mode, I think they would have done it already. I don't think we will ever see this game mode, unfortunately, but maybe I could be wrong. Maybe Rocket will get announced next week at E3. That would be really cool if that did happen. We also got more details about the Splatoon 2 World Championship. Like other tournaments, secondary gear abilities will be disabled for the World Championship. The opening rounds of the World Championship will take place on the 11th of June at 3:30 PM for the West Coast. I will put more times on screen now. So the opening rounds will be on Turf War, and the opening rounds will be to seed the teams for the semi-finals later on in the day. So here are all of the stages that will be on the opening rounds of the World Championship. Later on the 11th of June, you will have the semi-finals, and they will be on ranked, and the first game will be on Splatzone's Mako Mart. The second game will be on Clan Blitz Sturgeon Shipyard. The third game will be on Tower Control Snapper Canal. The fourth game will be on Rainmaker Kelp Dome. And the fifth game will be on Tower Control on Ink Blot Art Academy. And the grand finals will be on the 12th of June at 1 PM West Coast of America. I will have other times on screen now. That will be on ranked as well, but we don't know what the ranked battle stages will be. They will be shared prior to the grand finals, so maybe we will learn about that on the 11th of June. I will leave a link to more details in the description below. The next piece of news is that Nintendo are now banning hackers that did play as the Octolings online. I'm hoping that Nintendo will ban hackers that are using Grisco weapons on the multiplayer as well. I think this is a positive step for the game. I'm hoping that Nintendo will do the same for all of the hackers as well. And the last piece of news is that there are new figures in the Splatoon 2 theme collection from the Bandai Candy series, and this new collection will include new hairstyles and gear that has been added to the game since the last collection, but I do believe this is only available in Japan at this moment in time. But let me know your thoughts about those figures in the comment section below. I would definitely love to buy one of these figures. They look really cool. But that is pretty much it for this news roundup. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the Rocket game mode will get announced at E3 next week? But that is it for this video, and I will see you next time, hopefully.